What's up? It's been several months since I've done any filming at all for this channel. Finally, I'm in Deal. Today, we're going to go to Deal Castle. First, I'm going to have a little wander along the beach, maybe on the promenade. Join me, this could be interesting. Behold, Deal Beach. There's the pier. Might go for a walk. On most of England, it's pebbles. It's not soft white sands, but still beach is beach, I suppose. It's full of seagulls. And there's boats. And all the way into the distance is Dover. I took the 81 bus from Dover to Deal. Took about half an hour or so. Not bad. Well, here we are on the pier. Nice benches all the way along. You can see down the coast there. Ways of Ramsgate in places, Margate beyond that, and what have you. Well, that's better. Nice little windbreakers all the way along. You don't get that in Dover anymore, on the Dover docks, or even on the pier or anywhere else. The new pier in Dover is just straight, open all the way, except for the very end, and they've got a few little places to sit, but Deal has an actual building at the end. Let's go have a look at it. Quite tricky to keep the camera steady at the moment. Unfortunately the gimbal died completely. I thought it was just out of power, but it's dead. So we're back to handheld wobbly cameras. Yay! There we are. The end of the pier. All sealed off. At the end of Deal Pier, we find the Deal Pier Kitchen, a restaurant that opened in 2019. Diverse mix of food at a reasonable price. Must be wonderful working out upon the waters. For my little adventure here, I had the Earl Grey tea and the coffee cake. They also give you a complimentary bottle of water, which is actually nice. As you can see, I am here on the beach, looking at the boats. A large amount of fishing goes on around Deal, and then there's Deal Castle. Let's go inside. There we are. Slow walk of the bridge. Let us enter Deal Castle. Nice old cannons. '17th century. Beautiful. a look. Here we are. Deal Castle. The lady just told me this is a bit of a TARDIS. Bigger on the inside than it appears on the outside. I kind of like the idea of that now. TARDIS Castle. Oh, that's good. One day I'll invest in a real camera and real equipment. Until then, phone will do. Oh, damn my old knees. Oh, that's beautiful. 32-pound cast iron shot. Garland. Yes. Beware of the drop. Deal point. Let's have a quick look here. Yeah, so obviously this one is identical in every way to Walmer Castle, except internally, because Walmer's obviously the Lord of the Cinque Ports, so it's all nice and fancy for the Lord, whereas this place is sort of natural as it was built nearly 500 years ago. Protecting England's coast from the French mostly. You should know how this goes by now. I'm just waddling around filming stuff, making it up as I go along. Nice view, as always. According to the English Heritage website, link down below, Deal Castle was built between 1539 and 1540, and it was the centre of a network of 3 Tudor artillery forts, which included Walmer Castle to the south and Sandown Castle to the north. In 1639, the Battle of the Downs, a naval battle between the Spanish and the Dutch, took place in the English Channel in sight of Deal Castle. Several Spanish vessels were sunk, and over 2,000 sailors came ashore at Deal and Dover. During the English Civil War of 1648, the castle was besieged by parliamentary forces. During the Second World War, the castle was brought back into service and used to guard the coast from German forces in the Channel. Beyond that, Deal has its own captain. Yeah, Deal Castle has a captain who reports directly to the Lord of the Cinque Ports at Walmer Castle. During Tudor times, these captains were local men, but through the centuries they've been appointed by members of the armed forces and so forth. Now, the current captain is the head of the Royal Marines. Possibly some sort of storeroom, I'd assume. Really cold bedroom. You're here in the rounds. Take a musket with you, explore. Imagine defending the castle. Oh, free gun. Nice. That should appeal to the Americans in the audience. Come here, get a firearm. Beware of flooding. hours a day just patrolling around in a place like this. 1, 2, 1, 2, left, right. God, those people were made of different stuff in those days. And also a lot thinner. It's a step. It's an outer door. But we don't want the outer door, we want the inner door. It's a bit wet that side.
Back here again then, Thomas. But what a fight! I took a couple down. I thought we had them there. How far it would have broken their ranks if the Roundhead cavalry hadn't appeared out of nowhere.
I was glad to make it back over the drawbridge with those horses kicking their biting. Never mind the riders. Richard took a musket ball in the knee. God help him. And taken him to the surgeon.
Did you see their big guns between us and Sandown? I'm pleased to be down here again after that cannonball bounced over my head and smashed into the gatehouse wall. Missed me by a whisker.
Civil War. It's quite nice to walk away and listen to them whispering in the depths. Quite ghostly. The attack, eh?
Please turn me till the message plays.
Steps. It's nice. Different bits. You can actually take it apart. That's fun. Gigantic castle. I want one. That would look great in the lounge. Get drunk and just build the castle again and again. Civil War again. The old musket. I think this one's this is a matchlock, so there should be a wick there, slow burn down, so forth. Aim, fire, and miss. Unless they're very close, but smoothbore muskets, the shot went all over the place, as opposed to rifled muskets, which only became prominent 100 plus years later. Fantastic. Here we find ourselves wandering around the top of the castle. It was at this point that I bumped into one of the volunteer tour guides, a lady named Gill, who then escorted me around this top floor of the castle and explained various objects and items. Unlike Walmer Castle, which is populated by lots of period pieces and costumes and so forth, Deal Castle has a problem with damp, so they don't actually put much in here due to the ongoing problem with the damp. As you can see in the next room there's a little library / bookshop. Well, a lot of Deal Castle was built from bits of monastery, and obviously Henry VIII had the monasteries destroyed, and that masonry and so forth was then just repurposed and reused. Over here Jill's showing me a rather interesting piece on this masonry by the fireplace here. These, the first one there, and just next to it we'll see a second one, are witches' marks. That's a Celtic knot. They're there to protect people of the castle from witches. Here's the captain's coat of arms. There's various houses and people have been captains of Deal Castle over the years. And then I've got a few more shots of random bits and pieces in the way that I do. Well, there we are. Deal Castle. That was nice. It's quite pleasant in there. There's nothing left of the third one, Sundown Castle, but whatever. Sundown. Sausage Down, I don't know. There's nothing left for it, so it's about a 1.5 mile walk, so I might do that. It's that way. I got a garden on there apparently, so I might just head that way and see the garden. Come along. Right, good enough place to start. So it's been about a half hour. Actually been a bit more. It's a half an hour walk from Deal to Walmer Castle and from Deal to Sandown Castle. Now Sandown's long gone, it's collapsed into the sea, but there's the Sandown Gardens which we're heading to now. Should be a half an hour walk. Mine's been about an hour because I've been window shopping all the way through town, hence no video. Lovely day. Wobbly phone, I know. Have to go buy a new gimbal soon. So these are the old steps. That's lovely. So you can see a bit of the old structure. Oh, it's the old development. Right at the end of Deal. Right at the end of civilization. Well, not quite, the rest of Kent is in that direction. But I have walked that way before, on this coastal path. You can go all the way to Ramsgate, Sandwich, eventually Margate. If you're very brave, you can probably walk to Scotland. It takes about 3 weeks, I think. Here we can see the garden and various ruins and leftovers from Sandown Castle. The castle itself suffered erosion due to coastal collapse over the centuries, and the government eventually just knocked the entire thing down, and it was sold to the Deal Council for approximately £35. And they turned it into a lovely garden and viewing area. It's a nice bit of community spirit to build a garden on top of an old castle. That helps. Wait for the wind to stop. As I was about to say, there we are. Nice to be back and filming and doing stuff again. Nice to go to Deal Castle and all the rest of it. See things and review things and